In this video, I'm going to show you how to do your Excel homework number 2. So Excel homework number 2 is going to actually use Lab 3 data, which is on Canvas. So the homework is worth 10 points. The purpose is we're going to use Excel, which has the data, to perform a predictive analysis, and we want to be familiar with a classic measure, which is called Ottoman's Z. And the book page 274 has the detailed steps. So Ottoman's Z-score is a measure that developed by Ottoman in 1968 in this paper, and Ottoman developed a model to calculate the score, which is called Ottoman's Z-score, to predict the probability of bankruptcy. So this is a model, and it has 5 variables. Explain it how you should calculate it, and then we can use this model to calculate a z-score for every firm as long as we have all this data for this variable. So if the z-score is smaller than 1.8, it's classified as distress zone, which means that the company is at risk of going bankrupted. And if it's between 1.8 to 3.0, it's classified as gray zone, meaning moderate risk. And if it's greater than 3, it says safe, so the risk is low. So our job is to use Excel this data to calculate Ottoman's Z for all the firms in the data set, and then draw a histogram, classify each company in the histogram and see whether how many companies are in gray zone, how many are in distress zone. Okay, so let's look at the data. So the data here is here. I already opened it. You can see that the top row are the variable names. So in the Excel, when we look at Excel later, we're going to look at this a lot. So every column is a variable, okay, and every row is a observation. So the top row are the variable names. Like GB key is what we call company identifier. So this is a uniquely identify each observations. In this case, is each company in each year. So GB key is our primary key. Don't hang on these terms. We're going to talk about it after midterm. Just know this is company identifier. And then this one is company name. F year is a fiscal year. So then we have all these variables which is defined in this file, the second page of this file. Okay, you can take a look. So our job is I have 2 steps for this assignment. First step is to add these 5 variables to the spreadsheet and calculate Ottoman's Z. Okay, so I'm going to put this side by side so I can calculate this variable. So I'm going to I need to add the 5 variables to it. Just add it. Let's do this. X1, X2, and 2x5, 5 variables. And then I need to calculate and use this data. So it tells me how to calculate. X1 equals working capital divided by total assets. Working capital is current assets minus current liability. So that equals, because I know this variable, so I can just do it, but you should look at the dictionary, which is next page, divided by total assets. Okay, and then X2 equals return earnings divided by total assets, which is this one, divided by total asset. And that equals EBIT, which is this one, divided by total assets. So, and then this one is market value of stock divided by book value of total liability. So this is my market value divided by book value of total liability, which is this one. And lastly, X5 equals sales divided by total assets. Okay, and then I can calculate, keep on going, calculate a Altman's Z, okay? And I'm going to use this model to calculate it, equals 1.2 times less plus 1.4 times my x2 plus 3.3 times my x3 plus 0.6 times my x4 plus x5. So I wanted to examine whether my formula is correct. Okay, looks like correct. So I have calculated this one for the first company. Okay, this company, this Colombia Nurseries company in 2012, and this company's Altman Z is 2.55, which is within the gray zone. I need to do this for all the companies. So I only know how to do this like using the drag. I showed you in the Excel first one. So just drag it. Then it's gonna calculate it for me for all these observations in this spreadsheet. Okay. If you know like other better trick, let me know. That's a trick I know. So it's all calculated for everybody. And that's my step one. So you can just copy paste, make it smaller, and copy paste, screenshot your Excel. Like you don't have to screenshot the whole thing, the first 10 rows, and put your name here, Valerie Lee here, and then show your name in this in the screenshot. So that's the first step. And the second step is to do a histogram. If you know how to do the histogram, and then this should be pretty easy for you. If you don't, I'm going to show you. So what you need to do is to go to the data analysis tab. If you don't have the data analysis tab in your Excel, you need to go to option and add it on. Okay, so that part you have to take care of by yourself because I already have it. So I'm going to click that and click the histogram. Before do that, I need to define bin range. Bin tells the Excel how to group things because I need to group based on the cutoff here, 1.80 and 3.1, right? So my first cutoff is going because it has to be smaller than 1.8. So I'm going to define the bin to 399. So give it long decimal place, and the second one is 2.99. So that's my bin range. Need to format cells so that they can have enough decimal place. 7. Okay, now I can click the data analysis tab there, histogram. Open the histogram window. I have already covered. So input range, you have to cover this. What you can do is to highlight this part in your input. Okay, so highlight it. You don't want it to highlight it more or less. It has to be exact the data range that you need. And then when you do that, because I already have it in my spreadsheet, so I don't need to click that cell. For you need to click this input range cell. And then, for example, if I want to do this, I need to put my mouse cursor here, and then go to that. Then this is my bin range. And then click the new worksheet and check chart output because I need the chart. Click OK and see here's my histogram and the frequency. So when you look at this, it's not so informative. I wanted to change my bin name. This will be distress zone, and this one will be gray, and this one will be safe zone. Okay, and now I type my name here, and you can screenshot the whole thing to be your second screenshot and submit it. That's it.